For once, I know exactly what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Evergreen Cache A. The problem I have is that for 2,250 days played, I don't know which one to actually take. I wish that they would actually do they keep going on about quality of life updates for things, and I just wish that just once they would actually touch the daily tribute system. Because these two are backwards. It's supposed to be a choice of the Forma cache, which is 3 Forma, the Exilus cache, which is 3 Exilus Warframe adapters. Notice, Warframe adapters, not the other ones, or the Armory cache. So these two are actually in the wrong spaces. They are flipped backwards on each other. That aside, it still doesn't tell you how many you have of certain items. Warframe slots, weapon slots even. Yeah, okay, it's nothing really tells you how many of them you have, because I don't think there's anything in place that says whether or not you have free ones or filled ones. It would just tell you how many you have in total. With the Tenet weapons and everything that came out, that would have been useful. Was expecting them to announce new Tenet-based weapons, but they didn't. If they had of, would have taken those. Forma, got tons of those, so we'll probably go for the Exilus cache, because this is the Evergreen Choice A. Even though, depending on what you read, it's the Evergreen Choices A. I swear whoever keeps going into things and changing them needs to take the S off, because it's the cache that brings all of these is one cache, and then you choose a cache inside of it. You can't choose multiple. That I have stated, once you get to something like 2,000 days played, they should allow you to take multiples of these, or just have a button underneath where it says choose your reward that says claim all. Because this starts once you get to day 1050, and it rotates through Evergreen Choice A, then Evergreen Choice B, then Evergreen Choice C, and then it goes back to A. It would be nice if they added a Choice D in here to make it kind of every 200 days instead of 150 days. It is rotating back on itself. But they haven't touched this since October of 2018, I do believe it was, with update 23 point, I'm just going to say question mark, because I completely forgot when in update 23 it was. Must have been late if it was that time of the year. I think it was October. Could have been December. Not really sure on that one. If I'm being brutally honest. I can try and have a look, but I'm not going to go over and start looking things up on that front. But it just needs a little bit of quality of life spent on it, because they're starting to come in backwards, and yeah, there is more than just Warframes that have Exilus adapters these days. So 2 Warframe adapters and maybe 1 weapon, or 1 Warframe and 2 weapon adapters would probably be better, considering there is only a certain number of Warframes that come out a year. It's supposed to be 4, because there are 4 primes a year. They should be doing at least 4 frames a year, but as we all know from last year, it was 3, which means the primes are going to catch up again as to the current ones, but that's a whole other, let's just call it, issue. So as much as I would love to take those, I don't think I have a purpose for them. The problem is it doesn't show you how many that you have. I know I have more Forma than I have of those, but do I have enough of those for the frames I have equipped? Or the Armory cache? Let's be honest, by the time you're at 2,250 days played, you probably don't need any weapons. You probably have most of, if not all of, the weapons anyway. The Forma, probably the most useful out of these. But I'm going to take these, and let's go and find out just how much I'm going to regret this. Click. And when we talk about it not showing you how many you have, fuse one into the slot. Didn't know Nyx didn't have one. I have frames that don't have these things, but okay. Nope. And I did mention in a previous video I was going to be using her with Helminth, so 330% power strength for Nyx. Oh yes, also, why aren't you Nyx Prime? How it's taken me 4 days to realise I'm playing as Nyx, not as Nyx Prime, I'll never know, but that's a great example of, okay, I have 9 of these things, probably should have gone for the Forma, I will use them more, but at the same time, most of my Prime frames have Exilus adapters in them. It's basically when a frame comes out, Exilus adapter goes into it. When a Prime frame comes out, same thing. Haven't gone back and done the normal version of frames because, let's be honest, the primes you will use instead of the normal ones anyway. So I guess I have enough and should have gone for the Forma. If they just give it that tiny little bit of love that it shows up and tells you how many you have. System's obviously there because you're looking at it. It says 9 owned and 4 blueprints in the corner, so it's there. It's just the daily tribute isn't at all looking at these, which means you just don't know how many you have of what you're choosing. And this is, of course, true of the Evergreen Cash B, which is 50,000 Kuva or 30,000 Endo, I think. We'll find out in 50 days. And same with the Evergreen Choice C, but that is Rivens, so that one is forgivable. Though they really need to add kit guns to the secondary Rivens, but at the same time they can also add kit guns to the primary, and to be honest, don't know whether that would be a good thing or a bad thing. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.